Hi everyone, this is Shadow back again with another video, and we're reviewing things. Yay! We're reviewing the Vivia watercolor sheets that they kindly enough sent to me. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me reviewing this because I do have a tendency to bring around, like, this is good for people that like travel a lot and use watercolor palettes that are travelable. Like, okay, this is not the one. This is the one I usually travel with, which is the little koi one. Well, my problem with this koi one is, and not that it's all gross and stuff, is this. So after it's been like rattling around my bag, all of the palettes come out of it. All of these come out. They all start flying everywhere, and once I open it to go paint, it's just like all my paints have been jiggling around in this container. And yes, I have tried gluing them down. They don't stay down. Other things I have traveled with, we'll get to this one in a minute, is these Artist Loft brush markers. These are good. I used them for a few drawings that are on my Instagram and on my Tumblr. They're on my Tumblr. I was going to say, I was trying to figure out where else I posted that. Everything's being posted weird spots right now. I'm working on costume stuff lately, so I've been a little busy. But yeah, I've used these. These are good. You just gotta figure out how to use them properly. But yeah, I don't know if they still sell these. But yeah, those are Artist Loft. And of course, I at home use palettes for watercolor and more. So there's my palettes over there that I usually use. Just gonna shove these back down there with the palettes. And then this one, I was cleaning my room and I found it the other day. And this is another one that I actually shared on one of the Discords that I'm in. This palette, because I was asking some people if they've ever heard it. I've used zinc. I've used the zinc pencils and stuff, and like the pens, I guess. And I've started using this, which the palette, the paints don't come out. So I'm happy about that. These don't come out unless you like pick it up and slide them all out. So you can remove this and move the colors around and stuff. But yeah, we're not talking about these. These are just some examples of sets I've used. I did open it up just to see what was inside so I could get the plastic and stuff off. And so I kind of know what's going to be in here. Their packaging is so adorable. It is so dang adorable. It has little flowers and stuff on it. So let's not stab myself with a staple in the video. Let's just move that somewhere else. Let's put it over here. How about that? My hair has made its appearance in my video. My hair is everywhere. So what you get in this is, of course, this is what surprised me the most, is that there was a water brush in here. I wasn't expecting there to be a water brush. I actually have my my RCA water brushes right here that I did in a video recently. By the way, I figured out how to use these. In the video, I was having a little trouble with the water flow and stuff. I figured it out. Don't push both sides. I do use water brushes like this. Here's one right here. This one's actually from my koi water brush, my watercolor set right there. I try to use normal like brushes for watercolor and stuff. Like, here's one here. I have a thing right here of all, I don't even know which side is right. All my watercolor brushes and stuff are in here. So they're all dirty. Yay. Let's try to stick these little bits in here. Yeah. Toothbrush holder. Good for paintbrushes. But yeah. So we're gonna move on and not going to use that probably. Move on and look at what we have. So once again, the same like design from the actual from the packaging is on here. And yes, I've already opened this, but I haven't used it yet. So this is probably gonna be my first expression, my first true reaction to the stuff. But like any good art, like any other art supply that is not brushes, although I did do it with the brushes, I have a habit. I do read the warnings on it or anything if there is like some toxic material, like don't smell paint. Don't smell paint, guys. Don't smell toxic paints. I put my nose to it and smelled it, and I got a little bit of the pigment on my nose, and it took a while to get off, but I got it. But yeah, we're good. My hair is trying to make an appearance because my fan is on. So I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know if everywhere had this or not. There was a thing when I was growing up called, they were water, okay, they were, I'm trying to think what they're called. They were coloring books, but when you added water, the color would come out of the paper, and then you could paint with the, anyway, so that's what the smell and this nostalgia that I'm getting from this is. There used to be like these coloring books that you just added water and the color would come through and you could paint with the color and stuff. So that's what the nostalgia is and stuff for that. So yeah, it's basically describing it is that there is pigment on this paper, on the paper that has a little bit, it has quite a bit of pigment on it. I've actually see like a drastic raised up amount. But yeah, here's all the colors. Trying not to stick my finger in it. I have someone's finger, that's not my finger. There's some more in here. There's this. These look really pretty, because I don't know if I can get that on camera, but they're kind of shimmery. And there's more back here that are like that. I'm like, ooh, those are pretty. They like have a shiny pigment to them. Back here, this kind of confused me at first, but it's just a blending area and like a palette back there. So yeah, I'm probably going to try to swatch all of these on my paper. It has a little thing where you can swatch the color underneath here on their color names and stuff, but I am going to try it on the watercolor paper, and I've already drawn some derpy drawing right here because I didn't know what to draw. I'm running a blank today, and I've been working nothing on art right now. I've been working on a lot of costume stuff. I actually have a costume piece on my desk, so there's claws on my desk, which I will try to catch up with my cosplay showcase videos. I'm trying to think of who's next. I did Alucard, I did Lysandre. I need to do an update one on Lysandre's new wig and new costume and stuff, so I'll have to do that soon. So yeah, I'll have to do that soon. Let's just get back into this review. I'm getting a little off topic, so yeah, I'm probably going to test these. I'm going to swatch them all on my little paper, either up here or down here. So let's get into that, and I'll probably speed this part up and probably do like a little bit of music in the background or something. So sit back and enjoy. Yay! Okay. Coming back to just after me swatching the colors. So the first few colors are... The first few colors are just some oranges and very similar colors to each other to me. Just on my watercolor paper, you can see that they're kind of close together. Like, these two are very close together. You can tell this one's a little bit darker than that one, but it's kind of the same color. These two are really close together. These look like the same color. And I was wiping off my brush over here just to get some of the color off and to clean off the brush and stuff and rinse it off. So I'm not picking up the same color twice, but the colors were very close to each other. Like, the deep pink and crimson were about close to the same color. The vermilion and the... I went in order, so the vermilion and I guess you would say what is that one? The golden orchid are really close together to each other. The burnt umber and the burnt sienna look exactly the same almost, except a little darker than each other. Now, things get a little bit weirder. This is supposed to be green. I don't know if you can tell from just looking at that, but I don't know where I went wrong with that. I don't think it's supposed to be a light green. It looks light green up here, but right here it looks yellow. It looks a lot like the yellows. It looks like the... whatever that one was. That was the golden orchid, I think? No. Dusty orange, maybe? Dusty orange, maybe? And the orchid, it looks a lot like that, except with a more brown tone to it. So, yeah. These blew me away, though. These were really pretty and really nice. These shiny colors are not really shiny, but those were so really mind-blowing on what color they were going to be, because they don't look like that. Like, this is a violet. This goldy color is a violet, and this one is a blue. It's really hard to get it on camera. That looks blue on my camera. I don't know why, but it's actually like... Let's see if I can get this. This looks blue on my camera. It looks like this more. I don't know why it's coming out blue on the camera, but it's more purple than anything. It's like my Gamer Toad's purple color. The black was really cool because it has that same sheen to it. And my hair really likes being in this palette. I'm just gonna say that. Now, I didn't mix any of the colors together because every time I've done color theory, I get with poop brown. I get poo brown. Can I say poo on the freaking YouTube? I don't know. I used to use tempera paints, and apparently tempera and... I think I'm saying that right. Tempera and acrylic. They make your color theory completely confusing. I guess we will start coloring this. This is actually a drawing of one of my OCs that I still haven't redrawn her, and there was a piece of fuzz that just landed right on the thing. This is an OC that I haven't drawn on the channel yet. If you've ever met me at conventions, I actually wear the wig that goes to her, which I haven't cosplayed her because I haven't finished. I have a design for her, but then I didn't like the design, so I've been changing her design constantly, yeah. Anyway, so I wear like a black and rainbow wig. That is her hair. That's the wig that goes to her. So I'm going to be coloring her in. I thought this was appropriate because there's a lot of colors. A lot. There's some colors. There's some colors. A lot of the colors that are in her hair are in this palette. So I figured, let's go for it. So I'm going to probably speed this part up of me working on it. and tell you how I like the colors. It's giving me that feeling of nostalgia from those books, though. Those books were interesting. I actually have one, but I'm not going to show it on camera of it working because it's a collector's item and I'm not about to use it. So, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to speed this up and tell you at the end how I liked them. So, blending them was actually pretty easily done. I was trying to get rid of some of the. It was kind of a difficult figuring out which colors would work, so I finally figured out that I used red, I used yellow, I used some of the green that looks like yellow, and I put a little bit of magenta in it and a little bit of black, and it made skin tone. So yeah. So the blending thing is very handy. It comes out the side. I've lost my lid for this one, so oh wait, it's right here. Yay! Um, it was a little bit have a few little problems with it just bleeding into itself, but I think that's just depending on me. I think that may have been me doing that because it may have not been dry up there. I could be wrong if it was dry or if it wasn't. But overall, I really enjoyed using these. Now, if you're blending things like this or something, I'm not too sure how you go about traveling because unless you just wipe that off, there's pooling right here of water. There's a lot of water pooling right there. Um, but yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it, even if some of the colors are basically the same thing. And that's supposed to be green. And that's supposed to be green too. Those two are my greens. This looks green, but it's blue. It's like a greeny blue. That looks a little more like green, but it's blue. These are two blue. That's a purple. That's a magenta. That's a black. These two are supposed to be greens. They look a little bit like yellows, but overall, it worked really well. I highly enjoyed using them. They blend pretty okay. Let's just say that. As you can see in the hair, that could be me. That could be me not knowing how to blend watercolors really well. Like, it blends pretty good over here, but it could be my paper as well. But it just didn't want to blend on that one side. I'll start playing around with them a little bit more, and if you follow me on Instagram, I may post up like mini videos saying how I like them. It may be like these. I have to figure out how to use. Yep, I'm not editing that out. That's staying in, or I may edit it out. Someone's car alarm went off. So, yeah, I'll get back to you guys if I have any more comments to make on these watercolors. Overall, I enjoyed using them. Now, traveling purposes, I will try traveling with them. And see how I like them that way. And I'll tell you how they are. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for my review. This probably is a long video, depending on how much I actually edit down. But, by the way, I'm using Strathmore. By the way, Strathmore came out with a tiny watercolor pad. I really like it. It's very nice. They also came out with, I don't even know where it is. There's a tan sketchbook somewhere on my desk. They came out with one of those in tiny form, too. And I'm like, yes, the tan tone sketchbook has a tiny form now. Don't know where it is. Hi everyone, this is Shadow. I had to record the audio afterwards because this was a video clip from my Twitch stream. I actually, a couple days later, was using the watercolor paper, the watercolor sheets to make a Voltron drawing, and I was playing around with them a little bit more, and I loved the heck out of them. They were so nice, and I was able to blend colors and get the colors correct and everything. I'm not going to talk really much about this drawing, except that it is a, you're probably like going, hey, this thing is not in Voltron, and why is Shiro with it? Anyway, so the design, just as a short disclaimer thing, if you haven't been paying attention to my Tumblr or my Instagram, I am working on a fan comic for Voltron, and it has this purple and black leopard in it. So it's a snow leopard that, it's actually just purple, it just has black spots. It's a white leopard with purple glowy bits on it. So yeah, that's about it. But now going back to the review of this, I love these watercolors to death. They are wonderful to use in this video. When I first started trying to use them, I didn't know what I was doing, but as I started playing around with them, I figured out the combinations and what works and what doesn't work. Like, whenever you are trying to shade or something, you make sure you do that area, because it's just a common thing. I did have some problems with it bleeding into itself, but that was from me not letting it dry. There is a interesting thing that happened though, even if it was dry. It didn't bother me that much, but it just depended on the paper you were using. So that watercolor paper I was using in the video had that problem where it would dry and not blend correctly. didn't have that problem with the Canson mixed media paper. It loved the mixed media paper. It didn't bow or anything. It was really nice. I actually have the... I haven't posted this drawing up on Instagram or anything of this video because I actually redrew the leopard on digital and actually have a digital version of it up. So that's how that's going. I'm not going to talk for the rest of this video, for all this video, so you guys can watch me do another drawing, an actual good illustration that wasn't total poo to do. I don't know. But yeah, this was fun to draw. I actually figured out how to do skin tone correctly, and I was so happy. I was so happy. Now, the funny thing about it is, I see it being more... It's supposed to be watercolor, but I have a feeling it's kind of a little bit like what was on my palette. I was able to re-wet that stuff that was on my palette and then use it as like another color later. I don't know. I don't know. It could be just me, but it had that feeling of gouache more because you could re-wet some areas and re-blend some areas, but it would give a little streakier effect. But I also did some drawings. I probably will insert pictures or something, maybe, I don't know, depending on how well I go with this editing. I will insert like a very close-up picture of one of the drawings I did of Shiro, and you can see how detailed you can get with this watercolor pad. Like other watercolors, I know I can get detail with them, but I always have problems with it being like blotchy, even if I've immediately after done another coat over it. It just looks blotchy, but this actually blended nicely. It didn't look too bad. So I'm gonna ahead and let you guys go, but I highly recommend this if you are traveling or if you go to conventions or something, because this stuff is really cool to use at those. Well, the only problem I had with it was I kept sticking my thumb in the magenta. I kept holding on to the magenta part, and I had a pink thumb for a couple days because I couldn't get it all off. But you can get it off with soap, but I don't think the soap I had was strong enough to get it off because I kept sticking my thumb into it. It just didn't matter because I already had gotten it all over me on my thumb. It was mostly just on my thumb. My thumb was just pink because I kept sticking in the magenta. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let you guys go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll leave a link to this product, so go check them out. They're very nice. They make wonderful a really good product, so go check them out. So bye.